it kicked us off again, so you're up and going.
Okay. Oh, what's a good word?
Custodian isn't.
There.
Yeah, I mean. That's what we're gonna discuss is how you wanna go about this. What's the job description? I think the job description we've got down pretty good.
Okay.
Depending on full-time, part-time, whatever you guys decide you wanna do with this. You want my opinion, I think we need to go full-time. Because there are several bathrooms, several kitchenettes, stuff like that on top of plenty of 15 bathrooms, 18 sinks or kitchenette areas that you're gonna have to clean up after people. And I just don't think you can get it done in less than an 8-hour day.
Okay.
I actually had someone reach out over email interested in the position already,
Wonderful.
so, yeah, I was.
Yeah,
just
there's a
waiting.
couple people sound like they might be interested in it, but we've got to decide what's the job.
Yeah, I wanna get it posted.
And we gotta get it posted this week because you're gone next week.
Well, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Otherwise, we're out there. Right now, I've got Jacob cleaning the courthouse and the annex and Sean doing the 3 days a week up at the jail.
Okay.
Might cut that back down to 2 until we get somebody,
Okay.
depending on how it is. I mean, it just, depends on the weather and how many people are in and how many people come to visit. Anyway,
I have no problems with it going full time. I think that makes sense. You know your department best. I trust your judgment.
Derek,
Having said that, why was someone not doing their job prior when it was full-time? And are they not being overseen enough? Or what was,
yeah.
the issue
That
was,
is actually,
there was something there.
that is the problem. They are being overseen enough, okay? I've been breaking in 3 people for the last, and the reason I do believe the previous person in that job wasn't doing as much as needed to be done. And when I was talking to him about how I wanted it done more thoroughly, is when he, I think, decided that maybe this wasn't the job for him. So you're right, since the one that we've had for several years that retired, that's the guy we want. I mean, that's the type of person we want that is proud of what they do
And doesn't need to be babysat.
and doesn't have to be babysat, can work on their own and all. Well, obviously, the last guy we hired, he was the, I think, 3rd or 4th person we interviewed that he had experience and we hired. And yeah, I didn't go around and show him how everything's done, mainly because I clean my own house, but that's the only thing I've ever cleaned. And I might be ahead of this department, but the previous guy did everything. He ordered, told me what he needed and he took care of it and everything was fine in the cleaning portion of it. Therefore, we got to find the right person. The right person's going to clean the place a lot better than it has been in the last couple of years because more is going to be done. Otherwise, we got to find somebody else. But you've also got to realize that we're going to have to go through several people before we find that person. And I can't man this thing as long as it needs to be manned for 2-3 months. I can't. I mean, the jail, well, no, I shouldn't say that. We can do it. It's just the jail's going to be the one suffering because we need to do a lot of stuff up there. And they're going to be spending their time doing this and I can't afford to pay them overtime. So they'll have to start doing it on their regular time.
We always talk about, especially with Brit and HR about, you look at the position, not the person, and, when you're telling us that this many bathrooms clean, this many sinks, this many floors, all that, that's what I take into consideration when we're talking about full-time versus part-time. So, yeah, I understand the people aspect of it. That makes sense. But, I look at the position and what I'm hearing from you is that, yeah, that's a full-time position. Because of the amount of work that needs to be done.
I beg to differ on that one.
So
I did have a cleaning business for 27 years and I clean the senior center now. I cleaned 3 bathrooms and I can get it done in 20 some minutes. And that's doing sinks, toilets and the floors.
okay,
and replacing the toilet paper. I think if it was better managed to where even if we went part-time, that someone can do every other floor and pick up garbages and still hit those areas that need to be hit.
Okay,
They don't take a super long time. We don't have a whole lot of floors that need to be mopped. It is just vacuuming. Vacuuming goes a lot faster than the mopping does.
oh, yes, it does, and this floor back here has to be mopped, and the treasurer's office now has to be mopped. They both used to have carpeting in it, now they have to be mopped.
That's what I'm saying. When you
There's-
get those floors on every other night where you can still get over to the annex and the sheriff's office and do those. I
Okay.
just don't think that the time is being utilized like it should have been
And I
in
think
those
you're the one
areas.
To run that person.
Fine.
The custodian
I will
person
then,
should be
Daryl.
underneath
If that's what you
I'll
think, then
take-
I
I'll
will.
take that person after this budget year, because I think for a custodian after that, they can be under you.
Fine,
And
because
then
I
then you
cleaned the
can make
bank
it-
over at Independence. That's a huge building
who-
and got it done in 3 hours in a night. The Independence building, the bank.
How many bathrooms?
And on the
How
other
many-
side, there's a whole nother set of building with offices that
Okay.
had several bathrooms and offices.
You're right.
I'm just
You're right.
saying that I
I'm
don't
saying you're right.
feel like it was being managed correctly or that, and
Okay,
I'm not
when-
saying that
okay,
you,
for the
I'm just
last-
saying
well,
that
I'm
they
the
were
manager.
managing their time.
You're right. We hired the wrong person is what I'm saying. We didn't hire the wrong person. I just didn't manage him right.
Saying that the time wasn't managed, and if we give them 8 hours to sit there and they're getting it done in 3 or 4 and sitting on our
Okay.
milking another
Take
4
a look.
hours,
I need you to take.
then
a
that's
look at
our
that.
taxpayer dollars that are paying
Yes,
for
you're
that person
absolutely
to
right.
do that.
You're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. From now on, after this budget year, I think that position should be under the commissioners, because you're not always gonna be a commissioner. Whether you like it or not, you're not always gonna be a commissioner here, and somebody else is gonna have to take it over, because just because you're sitting there, doesn't mean it's gonna get
Don't
dumped back.
threaten me, because
It's
that's
not
what
gonna-
you're doing right now.
no, I'm-
So stop. Stop.
So we
What
can't,
I'm saying is the
Okay.
time could be managed better, and if we have someone coming in and being held to 4 hours of cleaning, they're gonna get their work done. If they're being told they have 8 hours and they know they can get it done in 3 or 4, then they're milking us.
You're right. And I think we can get more out of that position. We should be able to get a lot more out of that position. I think that they could be doing the sheriff's office. I think that they, not just the jail, but the sheriff's office. You could save yourself $300 a month on that. That's what, $3,600 a year over there, you know, and tell Rasmussen that we don't need them anymore there. And you go and same thing at the road department.
$6,000.
And that's $6,000 a year. They can do that too.
But I thought you said we weren't doing the road.
We aren't doing it ever since the guy retired. We haven't been doing it because two of us trying to do the jail and all the maintenance can't do all the cleaning also. So we set the road department up with Rasmussen to clean it. And I paid for it out of my budget, which it shouldn't have been done because my budget is a general budget and they've got their own. And then the idea was that when they got their levy or whatever they got, their money from the raising the taxes on that road department, they were gonna take that over. Well, I'm still paying for it, okay, out of my budget, even though they're doing it. Well, okay, pay for it out of my budget, but we'll do it. And they can probably get that done in the 4 hours too. I mean, because that only takes 2 hours a week, the road department.
So
And
I'm
the sheriff's
suggesting,
department should only take about an hour 3 times. So that's not that much more. So I think a part-time person doing those things and the jail and cleaning this place and the annex, I think that 4 hours a day would probably get it done.
I'm suggesting if it is a full-time position, that it gets broke down into us in the courthouse 3 days, annexed to,
No,
and in between up there.
No.
It's still full-time.
no, you can't do that. This
But you're
bathroom-
suggesting
bathrooms in
part-time
this-
can handle all of
bathrooms
it?
in the jail
You're-
or
you
in
make
the
sense.
courthouse. Bathrooms in the courthouse and the annex have to be cleaned every single day.
Yes,
Okay, it didn't get, so you're saying clean 15 bathrooms?
there's 15 bathrooms in the courthouse.
No, I'll tell you, there's exactly,
I know how many there is.
How
I've already
many?
counted it out in my
how
head.
many?
There's 2 on each floor.
Is that what
There's
we've
how
got?
many floors do we got here?
That's 8.
Okay,
Hey,
8,
what's on third?
that ain't 16. Or 14 even.
What's on third floor? If you go back behind district court, you've got 2 jury rooms or 2 jury bathrooms that gets used by personnel besides jurors because we don't have that many jury trials. Then you've got the district court judge. She's got her own bathroom, has to be cleaned every day. Right?
On second floor.
Third floor.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Then you've got 2 over here at the annex that have to be cleaned every day, right?
I don't know, do they?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
Talk to Kim.
I'm asking. do
I
they?
got an email from Kim about how bad things are over there.
I know, I did too
Okay,
yesterday.
so, yeah, they have to be cleaned every day. Offices over there, just like over there with the sinks and that, you've got a kitchen that you have to wipe down, that or the meeting room over there. That kitchen area, they use it all the time, you gotta clean it up, unless you think they ought to clean it up. You know?
The
I mean-
annex?
Huh?
The annex
The
kitchen?
annex kitchen area, they use it all the time.
They do, yes.
So.
The
is
employees
that-
do.
Should the custodian clean it up or should the people be cleaning up their own area? That's another way you could get a part-time person, is just put a vacuum on every floor. Tell everybody, hey, you need the vacuum, there it is.
I mean,
Vacuum your
people
own
were
area.
emptying garbages yesterday in their offices.
Why? Why?
Well, I guess apparently no one has picked them up for a couple of days.
Yeah, that's because I've got my guys doing it. We don't have a custodian, so we're picking it up. I've had to do stuff myself. Plunge toilets, clean up toilets that didn't get done, things like that. Yeah, I disagree with you as far as this is a full-time position. And yes, it needs to be better managed as far as how it's done. Okay, how the time is spent, where it's spent. And I've got a list here on how I would like that done, okay? One of these lists here is on, you do these floors this day and this floor this day. You do the bathrooms every day and you pick up everybody's garbage every day. And you vacuum the common area on first floor, the common area downstairs where people come in and go to the elevator, those areas you've got to do almost every day, especially in the spring or in the fall. Right now, it looks like hell because it hasn't been getting vacuumed. And that's just, 3 days that he's been gone. His last day was Wednesday. So it's Thursday, Friday, Monday, and it looks like hell. So it's got to be done. And if you want to have them do it once a week here or once a week over there, or however you want to do it, that's completely up to you. As far as I'm concerned, if 2 commissioners think it should be that full-time, then let's go with that. And if 2 commissioners think it should be part-time, let's go with that.
So even if it was full time, what time does that leave? Are you thinking like 4 hours here at the courthouse and then 3, 4 hours up at the sheriff's office? What is your plan? What is your thought? Because I'm not hearing any of it. I mean, I don't hear it.
You're not listening. Here's some paperwork on it right there. Okay, this is the one that I was looking at. Daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And this has to do with cleaning all windows outside and inside. Quarterly dust, environmental control, registers and ceilings, all of these, and yet you're not gonna do it like, you're gonna walk by it and you're gonna look at it and go, that's filthy, I'm gonna clean it, but it gives you some kind of schedule.
Blinked out or was there a note on it? I don't know. It's blinked out. I don't.
Yeah, it's the bottom part that I had on there rather than do everything, so I just blanked that part out because it had nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You want a copy of this too?
Sure.
It has a
This is
better
more detailed.
breakdown.
And
Right
that
here.
thing's-
You want to copy that?
So the idea is you clean all the bathrooms every day, wipe down the mirrors, the toilets, scrub the urinals, clean the baby thing. Okay, it might take you, depending, 15 minutes per bathroom, 20 minutes, depending on how that gets scrubbed. And then
Do they clean it too in street? Like that?
Yeah. they're supposed to vacuum in there. And that is supposed to be like a common thing. I think that's down there as Mondays, you clean the basement, you know, after you pick up your garbages and do all that, then you vacuum the basement offices, wipe things down on the, Timmons room tables, desks that want them wiped down, counters, that hasn't been getting done, windows, the window ledges, this place gets awful dusty and things have to be wiped down, and I know it hasn't been getting done. The guy we had for so many years did a great job of what he did. It's just,
Cause he had a routine.
yes.
And this is what I like seeing. This is what I
And
want to
just-
see,
and that's what
Daryl.
I handed the last guy, and a week later, he gives me his resignation. So what should I have done? I should have given him that
You
a
can't,
year ago,
you
but
can't dwell on that.
I've been back here for what, 2 years now? And I've been breaking somebody in ever since I got here, trying to go do the work and do that. Now I've got two guys I'm trying to work with. Plus I had a new custodian that I was hoping he would do more himself. And that's what I mean by a self-motivator. You know, you see things, you do things. You know? I mean, I can tell him everything to do and give him this list, but I've got to come and watch him do it and check up on him constantly.
Well, if you have a list like this, then you can hold them to it. I don't think we've ever really had anything like this. A breakdown where
I
you
pulled that
could
out.
actually
I
hold,
pulled out of the files. We
well,
didn't
then
need
they
it.
had something to be held
We
to.
didn't need it on this last guy. We've only had two
Yeah.
custodians in here since I've been here. And the last guy, I didn't give that to him. I just
You
got
didn't
him
have to
going.
train.
No,
He already knew what he was doing.
but, and I actually was hoping that the last guy knew more than he did. You know, was more self-motivated.
No, I appreciate that, Daryl. And, I think, you know, we won't be able to make a decision on this until we get all three of us.
Well. We need,
I'm not opposed to full-time when I see something like this, if there's actually structure to it, but that is not what I was hearing on the other meeting and this meeting.
you know,
If we have something to hold someone to, then we can say, you are not clearly doing the duties we're hired to, these are, you have something. But when we're just throwing out there, well, they need to do this and that, and they're not being held to it. They're working an 8-hour shift, they're not getting their stuff done. It's just open range for them. They just get to do whatever, and they're milking our taxpayers' dollars, and I have a problem with that. So that's why I want
I gotta
something
tell
to
you,
be concrete and held to it.
when the person's here by themselves, in the building by themselves, no matter who it is, they're not gonna be working an 8-hour day. I mean, they're not gonna be scrubbing things down constantly. They're gonna sit on their ass here. You can't stop them from doing that unless you're watching the camera all the time. Is that what we should be doing, is watching the camera and making sure they're doing it, or go around and see if it's clean? The previous person, I mean, the person that we had first, I told him, I says, I don't know if you're putting in an 8-hour day. I said, I don't come down here and see if you're still here at 11 o'clock at night. But if I don't get complaints, and he came in on weekends and would shampooing, and he'd come in on holidays and do the same thing because it worked better for him. And it just worked. And we don't have that. We'd like to have it again, and it takes time to get that. You gotta find the person that works into that. Because you're not just gonna hire them off the street. Have it go right away.
So going forward, once we get it posted and we interview and you decide that there is someone that is a good fit for this position, are you going to have them
Oh, yeah, you know, I
read
mean, that's
this
what
and
I've got to
follow
do.
that?
That's what I should have done when I hired this guy. Instead of trying to train somebody else all the time. Pay attention to somebody else. I should have.
Sometimes you do gotta just pop in and see. I don't want to. I never said anything, but I've seen many times when I drive by in the evening, some previous person out walking around on the grounds, and like, I was like, why are you outside the building right now when you should be inside cleaning? There was several times that happened, but I didn't come and say anything because I just watched it. I just
Yeah.
monitored things. I
Oh, I
started to see the frequency of it, and it was like, this doesn't seem
I
right.
got the same thing, and you know, from a few other people, and that's why I started doing this. You know, why I handed them this stuff and said, you know, we need to start getting this stuff done, and, you know, you can't be, you know, spending your time wondering what you should do next. This is what you should do next, okay? And wandering outside, if he's wiping, taking the screens off and washing down the windows on the outside, that's, you know, more power to him. I don't know. Whether he went for a walk because he couldn't stand to be in the building anymore, I don't know. Okay, do you have copies of this that I gave you? I'd like those.
Those are yours.
Yeah, use the lines. Okay, real quick. Something else?
I did get an email from, Kathy O the other day, Walk Electric. We had the two claims here. She said she spoke to you about one of them about, said you would pay it. I'll just read this verbatim here. Jake, I had a Walk Electric invoice come in for the jail, so I contacted Tiff to see, she knew about it and who should pay it. Then talked to Daryl. He said he'd, fill out a claim for it.
Okay, that is FICO's bill.
Not FICO. Okay.
FICO's bill.
I'm just trying to get all the bills straight in
I
my
got
head.
old
So.
Ivor, he sent that bill to Ivor and he's gonna take care of it.
Okay.
It should have been included in stuff, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
I think you said go ahead and pay that one, right? The
The,
final one?
the app sticks, yeah, you might as well. I mean, things are pretty well squared away. We've got a year warranty on the system throughout this year.
The lock ones were an RSID or something.
Yeah, it looks like it was for lift stations,
Yeah.
back in May of
Okay,
25.
that one isn't.
That one's not a part of that one. So,
Went to the jail. That had to do with, VF, the, variable speed drive for the side of the air handler up there for Pico to run that motor.
oh, okay.
So that, yeah, and that was
I was just gonna ask how much it was.
$100 some I'd have.
We have that one that Daryl's gonna take care of, but then we have the other two. Is that correct, Tiff?
Yeah, I've had two that I've been told to hang on to. I've asked a few times, but
Okay. Okay.
those are the two lock ones. No, they were the RSID or.
Yeah, it looks like it was,
the lift
for lift
station.
station.
You've tried to call them a couple times because you were gonna ask them about it. So they were just,
Okay, after this meeting, I'll try and get a hold of Locke and figure out, so yeah, if we grab those, so that way I know.
Something else about law.
Kathy gave them to you, didn't she?
Was that?
Didn't Kathy give them to you?
Oh,
Maybe Kathy said-
she just sent the email on it. So, I can grab those though and have that conversation.
I'll
with
have to
Locke.
find them.
I just wanted to make sure our ducks are in a row,
Yeah.
separating our lock stuff from your lock stuff. So, okay.
Lock, I had them up there looking at that transfer switch.
Mhm.
We paid $14,000 for. And they're gonna do that this spring, but it's gonna cost about $7,500 to hook this up because we're gonna have to rent a huge generator, probably out of Billings.
Oh,
So he can, the power's gonna be off for 30 minutes.
okay.
He takes the power, puts it on his own breaker box thing, turns on the generator, runs everything off the generator for that day while they're switching everything over and pulling it out, cutting it out, doing everything. And then 30 minutes to hook it back up,
Okay,
but it's gonna cost some money.
sure.
Is that additional to the 14,000? 7,000? What did you say?
He said, he just gave me an estimate of, 7,000 to maybe 75. A lot of it's gonna be labor. He's gonna have two guys there all day.
Right.
Elevator? You think about the elevator?
We just had our, Tiffany was on the phone with, West Engineering. So it sounds like they're gonna be the ones putting it out to bid.
No,
No?
no, he asked,
Oh, okay.
he asked what you guys wanted to do.
Yeah, and that's a conversation that we need to have as commissioners, but I personally feel, have them go out and do the bids and everything, kind of like, since they're the ones that are the grant administrators on this, we could do it in-house. But I personally would feel more comfortable if Great West were to do it since they're the grant administrators anyway. So,
The only thing I'm worried about is that money's supposed to be spent by September. And it's gonna take how long for this bid process, let alone getting something, and as soon as they've got a elevator outfit that's gonna do it, they are gonna order the stuff, and it's not even gonna be here by September. I mean, even if you
But
ordered it
I
today,
think we just have to have the money allocated for the
Okay.
project by September. I think we can get an extension if we're still working on the project.
that's because we don't wanna get started.
right.
I
Yeah,
asked Jonathan about that. He said he'd have to look into it, but
Okay.
in certain ones, you can apply for an extension.
Extension.
He didn't know if that was this one particular, he was driving,
Okay,
so he said he'd look into it.
Okay,
perfect.
that's good.
And you guys just need to visit with him if you want him to do the bid or not.
Okay. So,
Lord.
So are we meeting again to figure out this posting or what?
yeah, Bill will be up, Bill will be back tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
We double check. I thought he did send it. Could be mistaken.
So also I had an anonymous complaint stating that one of your gentlemen in your department is plugging their truck in when it gets cold. Nobody else is allowed to do that around the courthouse that I'm aware of, but it's just that I'm aware of.
Oh, shit.
I mean, who else plugs in their
Who's
vehicles?
complaining?
I'm not, it was an anonymous one, so,
Not complaining that they get to plug theirs, then why don't I get? to
but
plug
I've
mine?
actually seen it myself. I've
I know,
over the
he's got a
board
diesel, if you don't
myself,
plug it in, then he's
so
gotta push it home. So. The cold days, he's gotta
We're
push it
just-
home.
I think what is, they were just wondering is why does one person in the whole courthouse are they allowed to do that? But nobody else, when we all come under the same conditions with our vehicles and it's cold out. And I think that day it was like 32 degrees, so I think it was being questioned of why even at 32 degrees does someone plug in their vehicle in at work? Into the county paying for that electricity. I said I would bring it forward.
I don't have a problem with it.
I'm just
If
bringing
anybody
it
wants to use
forward.
those other outlets to use it until they're all used up, help themselves. I mean, seriously,
I'm just bringing that forward.
yeah, I'm
I'm
just
not the
telling
one complaining.
whoever has
I
a
just
problem with
said-
it, plug their vehicle into, they can plug it in all summer.
I've never seen anyone plug a vehicle in back there.
No, he's got a diesel and diesels are very finicky when it's cold, so that's why he plugs his in there. He has another car that he drives sometimes and he doesn't plug that one in, so like I said, I don't.
Oh, yeah, Ted, I just saw the email Bill sent yesterday. It was at 3:49 PM. He just sent it to Commissioner Williams and I. He said, I'll not be in the office on Tuesday, at least for the morning, as I'll be attending city court as a witness. I'll be staying afterward for a meeting regarding the court proceedings. So I do believe he'll be back in tomorrow. He doesn't say in here, but I think he'll be back tomorrow.
How's your day look tomorrow, you guys?
Let me double check.
I don't have a problem going with full-time position, like I said. Now that I've seen that we actually have something to hold someone to.
Sure.
I'm not saying that, I don't know. There was this before, why it wasn't enforced, I don't know. I'm okay with going as full-time as long as they're doing their job and they're not milking our taxpayer dollars for their position.
Okay, so do you have the listing all drawn up?
No, I
Okay.
just have my little notes on here and I
Okay.
just wanna make sure I have everything clear in this job description that you guys want. I don't know how clear you want it as far as where it says in the job description, Hill County buildings. Do we leave it at that, the vagueness of it, or do you want me to
Well,
expand?
does it say down there, further down, that anything asked of you, like?
Yeah,
you do?
I mean, I can
So,
put that clause right.
You know, I mean, we've got the
Yeah.
3 buildings that we take care of, 4 buildings if we're still doing the road department. Or if they're reimbursing or however they're gonna do it.
I have courthouse annex, detention center, lobby and courtroom.
See, that's. Oh, okay, yes. And two bathrooms.
County buildings, but not limited to. And then you're like talking about the other ones that are off site, right down here, I guess. And I'm available at 11 if you want.
Tomorrow anyway. Yep, because I'll need you guys to sign that once I have it drafted.
So tomorrow at 11.
Yeah, it looks like, our planner and zoning officer meeting was canceled tomorrow at 11, so we will be,
You want Tiffany to send out a calendar on that? So we have it.
yeah, if that works for you
Yes,
guys.
so
Yeah, we'll do a calendar invite and then, we'll get that done.
Okay, I'll go get this done and have it ready tomorrow and you guys can. Then I'll get it posted.
Perfect.
Do we want to put the hours of work in here, Daryl?
We're-
Like you had suggested,
Well,
or
I mean,
if they
that's,
ask, we can
that's
tell
something
them.
else that, you know, the only reason they aren't here earlier is just because the previous, you know, retiree was needed to be here after 5 rather than before 5. Not a problem with the last guy. He'd come in at 3:30 maybe and hit the jail coming in.
Mhm.
Do the jail, that's the other thing. They have to have their own vehicle apparently to drive to the jail and to the road department. They, you know, to do. those
Also,
things.
do I need to include that in here? You have
I
to have
mean, that's always-
transportation?
That's
I would think so, yeah.
what it's always been,
Okay.
you know.
I
when
would
they
just
come.
keep it at 40 hours because if someone is able to come in earlier, maybe they have a nighttime job or
Well,
something,
that's.
They
you know,
might-
I mean, if
they can,
it's flexible. They
Or
don't
do
have to be
weekend.
Here till midnight, but what can you do? People are here. Get much done, I mean, you have to come in and just.
or do weekends if they want to do windows or something. They take off a Friday. Do weekends on a weekend. or
Not a
something.
problem at all, and that's like I had with the other guy. He kind of managed it himself, as long as he was getting everything done and there wasn't any complaints, everything was fine. Worked out well until the complaints started. Okay.
Super. I have nothing more, unless you guys have more for us.
No, I'll have more Monday for you.
Well, thank you,
I'll make up.
Darrell and Brittany, I appreciate it.
Guys, I appreciate it.